You ever wonder how some companies just seem to know exactly what you want to buy next? Or how a streaming service always has that perfect show recommendation teed up for you? Well, the secret behind that magic is something called business intelligence, or BI. Now, it sounds really complex, but it's basically a powerful system that helps businesses turn just tons of data into smarter decisions. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and take a look at how the engine of BI really works. Let's dive in. So what is business intelligence really? The best way to think about it is like a giant toolkit. It's not just one single thing. Instead, it's this whole collection of technologies. We're talking databases, analytical software, different apps, and they're all designed to work together for one big goal. And what is that one big goal? Well, to put it simply, BI is all about making data easy to get to and easy to use. I mean, this quote just nails it. The whole point is to empower the people inside a company to not just stare at data, but to actually use it to find answers, uncover amazing insights, and ultimately make way better choices. You know, a great way to understand BI is to imagine it as a journey for your data. It starts out as just raw, messy facts. That's step one. Then BI comes in and transforms that data into useful information, into knowledge. From that knowledge, people can make smarter decisions, and those decisions, they lead to real-world actions. It's an incredible transformation, and BI is the engine that drives that whole journey. Okay, so that brings up a really important question, right? How does this all actually happen? What's the blueprint, the structure that takes us all the way from raw data to smart action? Well, the answer is in the BI architecture. And here it is. This is the map for our data's journey. Now, I know at first glance it might look a little complicated, but it's actually built around three core stages: the data warehouse, business analytics, and then performance and strategy. So over the next couple of minutes, we're going to walk through each of these and see exactly how they work together.
All right, so our journey begins at the very foundation. This first part is where all the critical prep work gets done, and it's called the data warehouse.
I want you to think of the data warehouse as the prep station in a five-star restaurant kitchen. All the raw ingredients, and in this case, that's data from sales, from marketing, from customer service, from all over the company, they're all brought in here. Then you have the tech experts, the chefs, who clean it all up, organize it, and basically create a perfect, standardized set of ingredients for everyone else to work with. Seriously, without this step, everything that comes next would just be a mess. Okay, so our data is prepped, it's clean, and it's ready to go. Now it's time for the next stage. This is where we shift from preparation to actual discovery, and that happens in the business analytics environment. Now, this is the fun part. With all that data perfectly organized, the business users can finally step in and start cooking. This is where they get to play with the data, to ask it questions, to look for interesting patterns. It's kind of like being a detective, you know? You're searching for clues that can tell you why sales dipped last quarter, or which marketing campaign is actually bringing in the best customers.
All right, we've gathered our ingredients and we've found the clues. Now for the final stage, and this is where all that insight turns into real impact, the performance and strategy environment.
And this is where the magic really happens. All of that hard work comes together in these actionable insights that get served up to the company's leaders. And they can use this information to make huge, game-changing decisions. For instance, they might see that customers who buy product A almost always come back for product B a month later. Just that one little insight could spark a whole new marketing strategy that boosts sales by, say, 20%. This is where BI stops being just a tool and becomes a strategic weapon.
So you see, a great BI system is really a team sport. It needs this perfect partnership to work. You've got the tech experts building that solid foundation, the business users who are digging for insights, and then the leaders who use those insights to steer the company toward a win.
So, how do all these different people connect to the system? Well, they do it through a user interface. The best way to think about it is like the cockpit of an airplane. It gives you all the key information in a really clear visual way, with dashboards and charts and graphs that make it super easy to see what's going on at a glance so you can make those smart, informed decisions. So we've seen how a really well thought out architecture can turn a company's raw data into its most valuable asset. But, you know, the world of data is always changing. As things like artificial intelligence and machine learning get more and more powerful, the possibilities for BI are just endless. The question isn't just about what BI can do for us today, but what it's going to be capable of tomorrow. The journey of data, well, it's far from over.